I'm Sheldon Kerr. I'm an AMGA, IFMGA mountain guide, and I work for AIARE as an instructor trainer, which means I teach the teachers. I am going to take you through what I have packed in my pack for a typical ski tour for me. Starting with the outside, I like to carry a section of pad so that if there were an incident, I have something I can sort of sit a patient on, or I have something I can sit on while I help a patient. And it also is very convenient because it's a great mat for now displaying the rest of the things in my backpack. Clever. I use a backpack that's just one big empty space inside. And so something I think about is where my beacon, shovel, and probe are, because I don't have a separate compartment, because I prefer having one backpack that I can use for lots of different things. So the first thing I'll pull out of here is in the very back of the pack in the bladder section, where you might otherwise put your camelback bladder. That is where I have my shovel shaft and my probe. And then in the very front is where I keep my shovel blade. So those are right there. The next thing I'll pull out is what I call my carry-on bag. So this is full of all my little essentials that I want to have with me. And some things that I've got in here are my AIARE book. One thing that I love to do is the plan section. When I get to planning my route, I actually tend to do that on a map. So I print out my map and I write down on the map how I'm gonna get somewhere and how long it's gonna take me, maybe even give myself some cardinal directions. So if it's a whiteout or something, I've got that to reference. And then in this bag of goodies, I also have the things that I care the most about, which are hand warmers and toe warmers. I get really cold, so I love to have these. I use them every day, and they're also a great way to make yourself more popular with your ski touring partners, because if you can hand out a set of toe warmers when someone's toes are about to fall off, you really save the day. I've got in here some snacks, and I've also got the two items that are for like, oh gosh, something really bad has happened. My headlamp and my InReach device. Having a button that you can push, my dad calls it the big red button. Having a button you can push to get people exactly where you are to help you out is really important, even if you've got a cell phone signal. So even if I have a cell phone signal and I can call 911, I love that this will locate exactly where I am and tell people. Another couple things that I really couldn't live without: a ski scraper, and I've got my handy dandy ski strap here. This can solve most things. It's the duct tape of backcountry touring. And the ski scraper is way helpful for both my bases and if my skins start globbing up. So that is my carry-on bag. We've gone through my carry-on, as I call it, and now here's another couple things in my pack. I've got my helmet, which contains my warmer gloves and my goggles. And these are all in here as a package so that during the transition, I just pop this out, got my helmet on, throw my goggles on, switch to my warmer gloves, rip those skins, and I'm out of there. And this is a first aid kit. I like to think that I like to think about filling this with things for bleeding, blisters, and belly aches. Those are sort of my three categories. So something to deal with trauma, something to deal with the traumatic experience, both physically and emotionally, of blisters. And then I've got some meds in here, just some cold medicines and Tums sort of stuff. And this here is my repair kit. The way I build a repair kit is I think of what could happen out there that could ruin my day? And can I bring some things to prevent that? The last thing that I have in my pack that I bring on every single ski tour, no matter what, is just a giant puffy jacket. This thing, a giant puffy jacket, I think of as part of my first aid kit. That it's not just that I want to be warm and comfortable, but what if somebody gets hurt at 3:30 and it's getting dark at 5? I need to have something that'll help us all stay, if not comfortable, at least alive until help comes. So I encourage my touring partners, regardless of the weather, even if you're going out on like a beautiful bluebird spring day and it's going to be 45 degrees out, this thing literally saves lives. It's part of my first aid kit and I've always got it in my pack.